This is going to be a video explaining how to do one of the harder problems from the 7.3 Aplia assignment set, where we've now introduced to our 8 inference rules 3 new additional rules of replacement, which are De Morgan's, commutativity, and double negation. So here's what I get as my argument. I get these 3 premises, and I get this as my conclusion. It's not the case that L or Z. So it looks like an opportunity for De Morgan's rule in the conclusion because I have a negated disjunction. I look up and see, do I have the pieces of this someplace, or do I have it directly? No, I don't have L or Z directly anywhere. I've got not L here, and I have Z up there. So if I can get these 2 things, and I could get them like separately, I could put them together with a conjunction maybe, or if I could get them together where they're not or where they're both negated and put them together as a conjunction, then I could use De Morgan's. Here's not Z as well. So I think there's lots of ways this could go down. I'm thinking I'm probably going to use De Morgan's, given that this is a negated disjunction conclusion. And De Morgan's is really the only way I've got right now to get that if it isn't already in the argument someplace. Or this wouldn't help me as far as addition is concerned, because addition doesn't allow me to work with negated disjunctions and just add stuff to it. So with that in mind, thinking I'm going to need to use De Morgan's, I need to get some pieces here. Let's see what I can work initially to try to get us to here. So here I've got 2 conjunctions. They don't really share a common factor. This is not here anywhere to use modus ponens. This is also not here anywhere to use modus ponens. And the same thing, I don't have this negated or this negated to use modus tollens. So these don't look that useful to me yet, but if I look up here at line 1, this is an opportunity to use De Morgan's because this is a negated disjunction. That means I could use a De Morgan's rule on this. So 1 De Morgan's. And that's going to give me, De Morgan's rule says, take a negated disjunction, change the main operator to a conjunction, take the inside parts, whatever they were, copy those down, and then negate both of them. So it becomes a conjunction where both of the parts are negated. Okay. That's useful to me because once I get this in a conjunction form, I can start pulling pieces out because of simplification. And this not Z is going to be useful to me. Once I use commutativity to flip the order, I can use simplification, get not Z, and then I can at least use modus ponens. So let's do commutativity on 4 now to get the not Z, so I can use simplification. And so commutativity just says flip the order of the parts for a conjunction, so this becomes not Z on the left, and not S. Check that, we're good. Alright, now I'm going to take line 5 and use simplification, which allows me to pull out the left part of a conjunction. That'll give me not Z. Not to be confused with German Nazis. Alright, I got that now. Take this, add a line here. I'm going to take 3 and 6 together, use modus ponens, right? Because this is the first part of that conditional. Where you at, modus ponens? First one. And get S or R. Get the consequent. So let's do S or R. Check that. Okay. And I was just doing that because I saw it. And now hopefully I'm going to be able to do something with S or R. And if I go back up here to this business, this is not S and not Z. If I pull out not S, that gives me R. Let's try that. So let's take 4 and simplify it real quick so we get not S. Not S. Okay, check, check. Now that I have not S, I can use 7 and 8 and do disjunctive syllogism. Not 7 and 7, that wouldn't work. Do 8. Disjunctive syllogism, and that'll give me R. Okay, alright. Now, let's pause because I did a bunch of stuff and I wasn't really seeing where that was going. I was just doing it. Will that be useful to me? Okay, yeah. R will be useful to me because I can do this now. I can do R and add to it or I to get the first part of this, and then I can use modus ponens to get not L, and then I think we're going to be in good shape. So let's do addition to line 9. Let's do R or I. That's not going to work because I used V instead of the wedge. Check that. Okay. Now that I have this, go up here to 2, combine it with 10 for modus ponens action. That'll give me not L, which I think I want, because here I have pieces of what I want. Okay. Check. Alright. Here, once I got that not L, I should be thinking, well, that's kind of worked everything through. I should have all that I need. And I do have all that I need. If I'm savvy about how to use De Morgan's rule after doing a conjunction. So I have not L and I have not Z. Notice this is a disjunction here at the bottom that's been negated, where the L's on the left, the Z's on the right. If I can get a conjunction where L is negated and Z is negated, I can run De Morgan's rule to turn that into a disjunction that's been negated the whole thing, but the inside parts are not negated. I can kind of run that reverse De Morgan's. So let's do that. Let's put not L and not Z in the order they should be in to get to the disjunction. So not L and not Z. And I'm doing that because I'm taking lines 6 and 7 and I'm putting those together with conjunction. And conjunction rule, you can put them in any order that you want right off the bat. You don't have to have them in a particular order based on how they occur in the proof. Or does it? Oh, you know what? I take all that back. My problem was not the order, it was the numbers. 6 and 7, that's not going to work. Miles, goof. Alright, so let's go back. Not L and not Z. Order shouldn't matter like I thought. We're going to use lines 6 and 11 using conjunction. And there we go. Okay, so forget that little snafu I had there. Even I make mistakes on these sometimes, which should hopefully give some idea of how difficult some of this stuff can be, and don't beat yourself up too hard if you get stuck and do some of the stuff that I've done there. Okay, so now we've got it. We've got not L and not Z, using the correct lines with conjunction. Now what I want to do is take this conjunction that has two negated parts, run De Morgan's rule on it. So let's do 12 De Morgan's. Because what that's going to let me do is take this conjunction with negated parts and change it into, using De Morgan's rule, if you take a conjunction with negated parts, what you want to do is negate an entire disjunction, take whatever the inside parts were, and remove their disjunctions. Or, excuse me, not disjunctions, remove their negations. So note, if I had this as like not Z or something, when I removed a negation, I just remove one. But what I want here is L or Z. That's what I want. Check it, we're good. Check proof, boom, done. Okay, so hopefully you found that a useful exercise. And this particular proof right here, that's took 13 lines to get it done, 10 additional lines. This is what you can expect to see as like one of the hardest problems on the test. Like I might have one of these problems on the test that's going to be this difficult. The other ones will be fewer lines that you need to add, like 5 or 6. And on some of those questions on the test, I'm either going to give you the rule or I'm going to give you the output, and you just have to tell me what the rule is. If I give you the rule, you just have to tell me what the output was. Okay.